have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Night Show, a second show today because I wanted to talk about some of the whales on PulseChain, and this is really exciting. So one big thing you can do on PulseChain is follow the whales. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about RackHam, Rishel. We're going to talk about FireWhale and SolidX. We're going to talk about, of course, LibertySwap, who I think's probably got a whale sitting behind it as well. It's pretty exciting, and of course, we're going to talk about Richard Hart too. So hope you guys enjoy it, and I think we might, probably talk a little bit about the strategic ETH reserve because this is mega bullish. So I think it's going to be really fun as a bonus stream today. I'm not sure how long we'll go. We'll just go play it by ear, really, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be really exciting. We really are at that turning point for the rest of the year, so I think it's going to be pretty exciting indeed. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, if you guys haven't gotten to the chat, get in the chat there as well. And don't forget to share the show on X. Really do appreciate that. Get it out and about, and of course on YouTube as well. And if you haven't followed, smash the follow, smash the like button. Now, also, if you haven't gotten to our strategy club, it's only $35 a month. Really good value. I'm doing the monthly report tonight. So that's going to go on to, I'm doing it straight after the live show, actually. So if you want to get in on strategy club, only $35 a month, fantastic value. And you're going to get monthly reports. You're going to get top 10 index on the Crypto Night Show. You're going to be getting regular crypto updates in the channel as well, and also strategy chats that we have also. So it's fantastic there, and you guys are here at the right time, right place. It really is getting bullish. So it's going to be very, very much fun here. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Now I'm just going to just quickly set up something here, and we're going to get going. But get into the chat there, make it lively, as we say, and let's have a good time. Let's have a good time. So I hope you guys enjoy it. This is going to be really bullish with the whales. We're going to talk about the whales, the people. Some of the people, I guess, moving the chain forward, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know, maybe we kick off. We're going to end with the strategic reserve. I think we'll get into that at the end, but I think we're going to start off with RackHam, Rishel. Should we do that? Let's start off with RackHam, Rishel. It's a fine place to start. And, of course, many of you would have seen him in the Monster Thread that's just come out, Monster Thread number 13, with all the hottest news over the last week. And RackHam, Rishel's been doing some big giveaways, really ramping up, 25 million pulse and then 100 million pulse. And then, of course, giving away $1,000 worth of, I think, PRAP, Bitcoin, all sorts of stuff. So it's been really, really exciting here. So we're going to get into some of that. We're going to go through a bit of social media. And, of course, he's this token on Pump Tire's Briah token, representing his little dog, has been going to the moon. So Briah's been really going to the moon there. We're going to talk about that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, let's get straight into it. We've got Blair in the house there. Woo! Yeah, second stream today, second stream. And boy, it's going to be a lot of fun too, talking about the whales. I can't think of one of the best topics we could possibly talk about. So it's really, really fun. So RackHam, Rishel, as we said, on the Monster Thread, giving away 100 million pulse. I think there were 8 winners of that, and there's been winners in other contests as well. So really, really exciting. RackHam is really ramping it up. RackHam, Rishel's teased about having back channels potentially to Richard Hart and others like that. So it's pretty exciting, I think, where this is all going. So, yeah, pretty cool. We're going to check it out. One of the things I like about RackHam, Rishel is that he's got his lounge in his house. He's got a big lounge, of course, with the big TV. And he tends to watch a lot of YouTube and on X on there. And so he's probably strolling through it. And I just love that he kind of lays back in his chair and his tables, no doubt, and enjoys that. It's always a good time. He always posts clips of that. So I always find that pretty neat. Now, of course, he's been talking about Briah. It doesn't appear that he set up Briah, but he seems to like Briah token, and he's pretty much adopted it. I think he said that basically if he had any issues with Briah token, then he would, maybe relaunch it or something. But, of course, he's launching all these new platforms. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but he had these platforms a couple of years back with his venture capitalist. And of course, now he is repackaging those, and looks like they're launching that very soon. That's going to include a token ranking site, and a DEX as well, I believe, or centralized exchange. So that's going to be pretty exciting, and of course, that's going to be good for PulseChain. Now, obviously, he's been adopting this Briah token. and it's been pretty exciting. And he's been very, very active on X, of course, putting a lot of time and effort into the marketing and promotions of PulseChain, particularly on his VC networks. And there's a cute little video of his dog Briah, and of course walking to his new wife there as well. So look at that, pretty cool. It's a pretty funny video actually, because the dog sort of tracks up there, a little sneaky, and watch the dog, bam, pounce. It's a bit of a fun video. So Briah there got a bit of spunk in Briah. So that's pretty cool. Now, we also got, he's just giving tons of giveaways, right? Doing this 24-hour giveaway. It's another one. So he's been doing giveaway after giveaway. And of course, 24-hour giveaway and giving away $100 per hour for 24 hours. So it's been a lot of fun there for that. So you definitely, if you want to, get some free stuff, participate, then getting involved is the way to go. Now he's got a little picture here. Poof. What's it? Woof. Woof, I guess it is. Literally Briah on PulseChain. And he's got a little picture there that he's made to the moon. Now, the price of Briah at the moment is ticking away, sitting at 1/10 of a penny. And the market cap, I think, is still pretty low, $1 million. Yeah, so I think it was sitting at a couple $100,000 when we were looking at it first. And now it's at $1 million, up 60% in the last 24 hours. And, of course, it's only been alive for 4 days and 7 hours. So pretty interesting there. And it is holding up pretty well, isn't it? It's holding up pretty well. So he's looking to adopt this, which means he's probably going to use it for a lot of stuff that he's doing. He calls it the #1 meme coin on a PulseChain. And of course, when you're a big venture capitalist, well, I guess you can help make that happen, right? You can help make that happen big time. Pretty exciting there. On the 3rd, of course, he announced an ultimate 24-hour giveaway contest. We talked about that. You can get involved with that, $100 per hour. So check that out for sure. But yeah, Briah there. Yes, the official meme coin of PulseChain is Briah. So there we are. Declaration from RackHam Rishel, one of the big whales. A big shout out to David. Morning all. Good to see David in the chat there, by the way. And so, yeah, we got Briah there on the move. You can talk about it with us here on, they've got their own Telegram group. Yes, several of us whales have plans for this coin. So there we are. If you wanted to really, a teaser into the alpha, several of us whales have plans for this coin. Now, he's going to have his own platforms. Remember that. And he's got a network of VCs and his clients, investment clients, and all sorts of stuff. He's got other businesses other than crypto as well. But crypto is where you can really re-rate your balance sheet, right? And he's well aware of that. So that's something he's been in for some time. He's got comments about Elon Musk. Sorry, but Briah doesn't do Doge. Best meme deserves the best breed. So he really loves AI lately. I've noticed he's done tons of AI images as RackHam Rishel, which is pretty funny. Now, this is his new wife, Tiffany, I think it is. And yeah, was it Tiffany & Co? Oh, no, it's Tiffany & Co. official dog collar. And of course, we've got this wife there in view. Only the best for Briah. Wait until you see the Lamborghini photo shoot with her as well. So he's really ramping up the old footage there with Briah. Pretty fun. Now, from ancient gold to digital gold, the love of value never dies. Briah soundtrack, Egyptian lover on repeat. So really building that up too. Let's see what else. K9 perfection, Briah, the Belgian Melanese and certificate. I can't even say the word. Certified. That's the word I'm trying to find. Certified brand ambassador for PulseChain. There we go. So Briah on the move. So yeah, he's been absolutely pumping us out, right, with posts on Briah. Let me just put this out there in reference to Briah. Have your fun now. We will be taking over shortly. This crypto coin will be heading to the White House. Watch. Have a nice day. Now, obviously, he's got some contacts into the White House. And of course, they're doing the digital strategy, right? So that is part of the mix there. Pretty crazy. And we've got another post here, and this is really interesting, right? So he's really dropping all the alpha teasers. I'm going to add in some Pulse and Briah to what we discussed. We'll follow up later today, Bud, and that's Mr. Colin Noor there. And of course, Colin Noor there with 563,000 followers in the mix there. So, he's got some context, but he's also got these other pictures, right? He's got Grab a Gun there, 15,000 followers. He's obviously got himself, and then he's got, of course, Donald Trump Jr., the president's son, 15.3 million followers. And we know that Trump, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric are both into crypto in a big way, particularly via the Liberty vehicle, right? So real teaser there. So yeah, keep a lookout. He's obviously up to a lot of fun value creation here. Guys, I can't answer every DM. It's just not possible. It's not personal, just too busy for the repeated questions. The coin is called Briah. I did not create it, so that's very important there. He did not create it, and he did say if there was any particular issues, then they would probably relaunch Briah. Would be interesting. The community did. They used tools. Richard Hart told them to, so pump tires, of course. They created the coin like Richard Hart once said. They made it legitimate after a prior owner failed, and then they appeared to want to do the right by the community, and they've got their own Telegram group, of course. They start to go abuse the coin, I will tell you, and of course, there we go, all other dogs. So that is his caveats, I guess, and clarities, which is pretty cool. And so, yeah, he's just obviously been talking about a lot of that, and very exciting. So, yeah, 4th of July, 100 million pulse vote taken. Briah says decision time, and that means that we need to hold an official vote to see what the community wants, not an individual. Briah is the most elite meme coin on PulseChain, so really pushing that. And what are we doing with 100 million pulse? 1 winner, 2 winners, 3 winners, 4 winners, 8 winners. So that is on the 4th there. Now, you got to remember that RackHam Rishel was part of a bit of a consortium that was the biggest sacrificer for PulseChain and Pulse. So obviously of note there. So yeah, my word, one of the founders of the coin has 25% of the supply. You guys are crazy for supporting that, literally insane. I'm not sure what he's responding to there, but maybe Briah. So that's the place. It's Briah from PulseChain, Nexus, and of course he loves his AI. I guess this is supposed to be a real image, but I'm not sure about that. We got if that is, it's hilarious. So he's got the old Briah died there wearing the bling bling with the old Lambo. We know that RackHam loves his green Lambo. Necklace is there, automobile, nice. The cool thing about Briah is that her mum actually really does own a Lambo, so we don't have to fake that or her. So they are both real, real in some sense, real in some sense there. So that's pretty funny. So that is from RackHam there. Yo, Briah is wagging hard with PulseChain. Now this is quite interesting because we know that Richard Hart likes to have the bling bling, the fancy watches and all that, and so it's a bit of a play on that too. So we've got a lot of crossover here between RackHam Rishel and of course Richard Hart. So yeah, big says Sean. Absolutely, Sean. Yeah, we're not sleeping on this, so that's why I'm going through it today. I thought we'd just have a little look at some of the alpha there. So it's not his coin. He has adopted it with a lot of other large whales. They seem to be supporting it. It is his dog, Briah, that got picked up. So that's the play. They said they're going to bring utility to it, essentially. And of course, he has all his platforms coming to market, right? So this is going to be huge, potentially, as the number one meme. So it could still be very early, only $1 million market cap. So still very early on this one. She's not a rich as she's Briah, crypto rich, a young fearless dog, not navigating luxury estates. Now, the only thing, of course, if there's big holders, you got to check the holders. Obviously, they can always sell down, regardless. So obviously he'll buy up the coins, no doubt, or somebody will that's associated to him. Pretty cool. So that's some of the cool stuff there. Now I'm just jumping through a few of these there. 4th of August just wrapped a wild contest and 8 winners secured 12.5 million pulse each, which is pretty awesome. And we can see some well-known names there. Ones that I recognize are AJ Rip City, Nuclear Herb's got some as well, obviously doing a lot of the legal commentary for PulseChain as well. Pretty awesome. So yeah, this is his AI. He really loves AI right now. And it's funny that he's in this sort of studio. It reminds me of the architect in the Matrix, if you know, with the studio. I always imagine Richard Hart in the control room, because he really looks like he's pulling strings right now, which is pretty funny. Q Bull in House says you're a machine, Superman. I appreciate that. I am a machine. I am AI too. MAIT. Right. So yeah, RackHam Rishel just produced me an AI machine. So there we go. What else there? We got so cringe. It's hilarious, Briah. You guys are insane. And little videos there. He loves it. He loves it. So little AI clips him selling Briah. Some meme coin bark, Briah bites, modeled after the alligator, the Belgian Malinois, the most elite canine on earth. Briah isn't here to follow the pack. And soon loyalty gets rewarded. Look at that. Whoa. So I guess if you're holding the token, is that what it's implying? If you're holding Briah, then it's going to get rewarded. Massive giveaways are coming, not little scraps, game changers, the kind that shake the community to its core. So is this becoming almost like an equity coin in anything he does in the ecosystem? And that's the question you've got to ask yourself. And of course, he's got his additional services. And this is where we get into some of the platforms that he's looking to launch. You'll need proof, just one Briah coin, but those coins go much further, I should say. They lead to additional services with CoinWell and Coinarchy. And of course, these are related to him, right? So these are things he's working on, and we'll pull them up. So coinwellthere.io, solutions for a smarter future. Obviously not launched yet, but and then Kanaki as well, also launching soon. So keep a lookout for that. And very exciting. He has posted about that earlier, which is pretty exciting. But basically, he's got coin listing site. I think he's doing a centralized exchange, DEX, as well. So I think centralized exchange. So pretty exciting. And of course, we saw this years ago. Obviously, it wasn't able to really launch with PulseChain and the SEC and all that sort of stuff. But now that PulseChain's free of the SEC, we're going to see all these different platforms come back, which is really exciting. And of course, imagine his site becoming the #1 ranking site above CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. And with enough money and outreach, you could probably do that, right? At least get into the top 3. And exciting times ahead. And of course, all the PulseChain stuff would all be listed, and all the centralized exchanges want to get onto it. It could be pretty exciting. Who knows where? And maybe some of the Saudi money comes back, which I'd be very excited for. Right, that'd be fantastic. So this is kind of cool. And some other relationships. So let's read that one more time because this is really big deal here. Some meme coin bark Briah bites, modeled after the Maligator, the Belgian Malinois, I guess it is, the most elite canine on earth. Briah isn't here to follow the pack. It's precision, power, loyalty without question, and soon loyalty gets rewarded. Massive giveaways are coming, not little scraps, game changers, the kind that will shake the community to its core. But entry, you'll need proof, just one Briah coin. But those coins go much further. They lead to additional services with CoinWhale and Coinaki and some other relationships. Whoa, what could they be? So it's pretty exciting. One coin, one shot. Briah is the long game, slow, steady, and deliberate. If you're here for quick flips and influencer hype, this isn't your play. Honestly, if that's not your mindset, you're way out of your league. Even world brands know who she is. So there we go. There's some fighting talks there from RackHam. So pretty cool. Just to see what else he's got in there. I have no idea. The community runs all of this. I like making media as the way to relax. indeed. And so on. So yeah, this is some pretty alpha drops here from RackHam and Rishel, and that's why we're going through it today. Really to not miss out on this opportunity. One of the strategies you can do on PulseChain is follow this with the whales, and of course be honest. Doing some really exciting things. So it's probably going to be a fun thing to be a part of. So pretty cool. Now we got this out too. We're replacing a long list of familiar names that you've come to resent. Those same figures who extracted tens of millions from this community with nothing to show for it. I'm building a real company to render their hello promises obsolete. Just one led to the loss of $150 million, and still they walk, and they're not done. It's happening again and again. It's shameful the community let them vanish without consequence. Personally, I'd have involved Interpol, but there's always a fresh mark, isn't there? Even some of the so-called whales have fleeced the hell out of the community through a long string of successive tokens, daisy-chained like a prostitute on payday says. People had 3 years to do something meaningful. A few did, but most, thanks for your money. And of course, he's got Coin Division there and a Coin Mentor there. We're obviously coming, so very excited about that. All right, so let's jump back out of there. Some awesome stuff from RackHam and Rishel there. Let's see what else he's got in here on the mix. We'll jump through that one there. Let's just jump up to some. It's Briah from PulseChain, some more pushing out the brand. What else we got here? 19 hours ago, so we're getting the current 24 hours now. And I will have to get back with you on trade, Briah there. Stop shilling a random crap coin, he says. That's my advice. I will have to get back with you a bit. Too many things are going on at the moment. Sorry, if I'll get it's you're not your jam and all. Don't worry. They are just doing what Richard Hart told them to do and using what he told them to use. So I decided to support them. Got tired of trying to fight the meme community in PulseChain. So I said, if I'm going to do a meme coin, it will be that one. So here I am, lol. And so there we go. That's the rationale. We're getting behind the old Briah. Now he's going on to full adoption and use case, which is pretty crazy. The Briah versus the weird Fruit Loop bird thing. It would appear Briah on the PulseChain network has struck a nerve. I told the truth. Now some folks are, let's say, emotionally congested. Follow their account, of course, Briah on Pulse. Let's unpack let's unpack this like adults. No one, and I mean not a soul from the PCock project. You know, the one with the weird fake decorative bird, not even real like Briah, and certainly has no real brands behind it. And imaginative market caps ever reached out to me. Now we're going to talk about that in a minute because LibertySwap with their token PCock that they seem to be supporting is, and of course they gave a little image of that before they even talked about it. That looks like it's going to have utility too. So it's pretty interesting. So whoever's backing the old LibertySwap, and I would think it's probably some whale out there, maybe even Richard Hart himself has associations. That's going to be pretty interesting. So we're going to find out more about that in time. No pitch, no offer. Hey, bro, you nothing. So there we go. That's from RackHam Rishel. Let's just scroll down through a little bit of this. We're going to jump through some of that. In closing, my wife's pup is a level badass from the best alligator on the planet. Briah exists for the people that want a meme that exists in real life and total badass. So yeah. Hey, look, have you got the biggest whale on the platform? They're covering it. It's going to be pretty exciting to see where he takes it. That's for sure. But he's really jumped into it full on. And look, he's done a press release 13 hours ago. Did a press release on this. Isn't that crazy? And of course, this is in style with the RackHam. So it's pretty cool. Superman, are you 24/7 now on the internet? Wherever I look, there you are. Hey, I appreciate that, Matt. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Q-Baller said you're a machine. Yeah. Hey, look, I love PulseChain. You guys know that. So it's pretty much easy to do. It's a pleasure. And of course, we're all on the same journey together. That's always I always say that, but it's always true. And of course, if you're in Discord, you know that. If you're in the Discord crew, you know that. All right. So yeah, we've got a press release here from RackHam. So throwing the whale power behind the meme coin. Which is pretty cool. And that was only 13 hours ago. Let's have a little look at this press release from RackHam Rishel, the number one whale on PulseChain through the Sacrifice Project. So let's check this out. It's on AP too. AP News. He doesn't muck around, does he? Bream here. So we've got Briah meme coin launches on PulseChain, a playful tribute to venture capitalist RackHam Rishel's beloved dog. Now, if you thought that he really wasn't backing it after all of that, after we read through all those posts that he wasn't backing it, well, now he's got it on public. He's publicly put his name to it on the AP. So there we go. It should quiet fears, which is pretty crazy. Let me just pull this up here. I'm just going to check over there. Briah meme coin backed by PulseChain whale RackHam Rishel tokenizes his beloved dog Briah forever while uniting the community with loyalty, fun, and secure LP on pulse checks. Looks like it's done by Grok, I can tell. Looks like it's done correctly. We got the crypto world as a four-legged mascot, Briah meme coin, a playful community-driven cryptocurrency, has officially launched on PulseChain. Yeah, this is Grok. This is all Grok. You can see all the intonations there. Celebrating the loyalty, spirit, and charm of Briah, the cherished Belgian Malinois of prominent venture capitalist and PulseChain whale RackHam Rishel. I love that. It's really funny. Hey, we got Matt. Matt, I love your little LibertySwap icon there. I just noticed it actually. A nice one there, Matt. Is this a plane? Is this a plane, a bird, or no? It's Superman only on PulseChain. I appreciate that. That's really nice. Hashtag Superman. We got what started as a lighthearted tribute to a beloved pet was quickly grown into a full deployed project with its liquidity pool permanently burned on PulseX via pump tires, ensuring a secure and transparent foundation for the community. By tokenizing Briah on PulseChain, the project immortalizes her legacy on the blockchain forever. A dog, a whale, and a community movement. Briah meme coin is more than just another meme token. Represents the fusion of the community, loyalty, humor, a perfect fit for crypto enthusiasts and dog lovers alike. The project has already captured the attention and support of RackHam Rishel, who is known for his venture capital success and early belief in PulseChain. RackHam Rishel has only openly acknowledged and supported Briah. This recognition has cemented Briah's position as community-backed token with real momentum. This endorsement not only brings credibility, but also signs the projects with one of the most influential figures on PulseChain. With Rishel's recognition, the strong backing of the PulseChain ecosystem, Briah has the potential to become a flagship meme token for the network, uniting investors under a shared sense of fun and purpose. And of course, he's got the details there of the pump time there. So he's put out a press release supporting this token. Now, the stream's not really about the token per se. Obviously, the token's there, but it's really about what the whales are actually doing, right? So that's what we're actually going through here. So a pretty interesting where these guys are going. And of course, the Briah token there is sitting currently at 1/10 of a penny with a market cap of about $1 million. So that's kind of where we are right now. And of course, if he's going to throw his weight behind this as a big meme coin, then that's going to be really interesting, right? It's going to be really interesting to see that. So cool. Let's see, jump around here. 11 hours ago, that press release there, obviously on AP. Heads up, everybody. Additional press releases. Putting press releases out everywhere, guys. Bar chart, AGP Plus, AP News, of course. So yeah, really on the move here. He has not mucked around whatsoever with this, and really throwing his full weight, because when you put your brand on it, that's a big deal, right? So he really has gone full onto this, and of course now he's going to add utility. So wow, it is game on. Well, crap, lost a bet with A Wild for 1,000 worth of Bitcoin. She seems she's going to have some fun tonight. So I'm not sure what the bet was, but that's pretty hilarious. what was the bet? Whether the Notorious MMA or Ramasamy would like my post first. She picked Notorious and was right. There we go. Okay, nice one there, Tammy. Now there's a theory. Apparently, there's a theory, a wild theory out there about Tam Tam being somebody else. So you guys know what I'm talking about in the know. But we'll leave that. So what else we got there? Alert: $500 BTC giveaway partner needed. I want you to join me in giving away $500 worth of BTC to one of my fortunate providers there. So lots of giveaways coming from RackHam Rishel right now. Pretty crazy times. Obviously, he's pumping out more around Briah. Oh, look at this. It's Briah's from PulseChain, and she is up to some amazing things. She is now negotiating with a PR team, OMG. So he's about to take it. Right, the press releases is going to the next level. Press releases are now deploying globally. We're negotiating 2 real-world brands as well. Breaking new market cap records, have tripled our social presence, and negotiating with the centralized exchange listing. So you know what happens if that comes out. Briah's really going to be booming. And, of course, fixing to take part in a massive giveaway with major stars as well. So you're going to get a lot of virality and network effect. Prepping for the Lamborghini photo shoot, is receiving inclusion. And, of course, in his new platforms coming up, of course, Coinwell, Coinaki, and Coin Mentor as well. Exclusively. Briah's not here to race. She's here to win. So that is some major support, guys, with the token. So like I say, we're not really talking about the token, but you can see the substantiators for that token are now just getting scaled up. And we're just about to turn on the bull market, as you guys know. Pretty crazy. God made the Belgian Milanese on the 6th day before lunch, apparently. So it's pretty crazy. So it's got a Bible supporting stuff on that too. It's pretty funny. What else have we got here? So we've got that pros out there. Heads up, everybody. Additional Briah in the press release. Obviously, he is pumping it out now. He's not mucking around. He is not mucking around with this. So, yeah, look at that. Bam. Reaching out to the markets there. That is next level Street Insider as well. So using the power of social media there. So that's from RackHam Rishel. So that's our first whale. And he's on the move. He's on the move. And, of course, we can go to rackham.com. Let's go do that, shall we? And, of course, he's supporting the highest of stakes as well. And, that just came back around, didn't it? Just looped around. But he's doing some really, really exciting stuff. So we're going to keep on to that one. That is the Briah token there right now. So exciting things happening in the future. Bat says, just changed it posted from LibertySwap. They told me if I want to be pegged, I better change the picture on X. So I changed everything to get ready to be pegged. Ah, yeah, okay. Good old PCock to be pegging, right? Peggining, great peggining there. Now, people were talking about PDI, of course, because the great peggining for PDI. But, of course, they're funneling all that money. 40 chains they're going to have with 3 stablecoins coming over, buying selected tokens, or a lot of tokens probably, on PulseChain. And we've had a few big ones recently listed, right? So I think Top Hat got listed, of course, PCock in there as well. So it's pretty huge. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to SolidX, our second big whale on PulseChain. Big public whale, FireWhale, right? FireWhale, boom, boom, boom. FireWhale, boom, boom, boom. So FireWhale, this guy, I know quite a bit of backstory stuff. I'm not going to talk about any of that, of course, but this is going to be huge, guys. We've got RackHam Rishel doing incredible things. We've got FireWhale doing incredible things as well. I would just love to say some of them, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. All I'm going to say is the future is bright with FireWhale and SolidX. It's going to be pretty exciting. So, man. So we're on SolidWin here. Of course, this is the official site of SolidX, and of course built by SolidX, which is FireWhale. We're going to go quickly look at SolidX, which is FireWhale's again as well. So let's pull that up. So SolidX. And, of course, this is FireWhale here. So this is FireWhale, and this is SolidX. So SolidX there, built by FireWhale. SolidX is a deep PulseChain liquidity and real products, right? So they've just recently launched their first product, which is the Telegram Trader Bot. And, of course, I've talked about that in the past and promoted that as well. And, of course, that gives you limit orders. It's super fast as well and perfect for PulseChain, right, and Telegram. So fantastic stuff there. And, of course, we'll probably cover that more in the future. But that's really a big deal. And we've seen SolidX here talk about that recently. Obviously, on the 11th of July, they launched it, which is, what's that, about 25 days it's been around. And, of course, a full trade sniper interface, so you can do sniping with it, exclusively with PulseChain. That's by far the fastest, most convenient way to make your trades. So it really solves a lot of problems for a lot of people. I think people might just have to get used to it using on Telegram, but apart from that, Really, really exciting. You can set up your own wallets and set up limit orders. You can take profits, take losses, and all that sort of risk management as well. So yeah, pretty exciting. Ultra fast trades, no more stuck transactions, one-click buys, multiple wallets set up as well, limit orders, stop losses, charting, protecting from scams as well. So this is the first product that's coming out from SolidX, and it's been around for 25 days or so. They're doing giveaways as well. 14 hours ago, they had week 1 winners. We had Dangerous, Mundane, and Kindly. All got some SolidX, which is pretty cool. I think it was. I think the prize was SolidX. Oh, and merch. They got merch, yeah. So that's pretty cool. Now, we're very excited about where this is going to be going moving forward with that. And what else have they been talking about? Obviously, let me just jump through some of that. We had Panis there talking about the trading bot as well. What else there? PulseChain was built by Principles. Now, I wanted to scroll down to something that's just further down. Now, it's got tutorials on Solid Trader, so you can check out that as well. So, got a cool video there on that. I might talk about that as well. What else? We got this pump. You remember when we had the pump the other day on PulseChain, and we had the retrace, of course. RSI's got overheated and had to reset. Well, now we obviously had SolidX here, just talking about what their markup on that rally, right? So we had the rally there. You can kind of see SolidX was really mooning. I think it went up to about $16.50, so it's not quite the top of the move there, but that was pretty exciting. How quickly that re-rated. Look at that. So that's FireWhale, the other big public whale on PulseChain, really. I mean, look at impressive stuff there. So SolidX. Now we know that they're going to be launching at least 3 more products minimum, but there's potentially even more in the pipeline there, and it's going to be pretty exciting. So some of them, I'm aware of some of them, and I think they're going to be absolute game changers. They're going to be fire, just wildfire on the chain, and people are going to be super excited about it. So keep a lookout for that. That's all I can say. And SolidX doubled in price in 2 weeks, backed by over 80 million liquidity. There was a little bit of a given back and forth amongst the PDC crew and the SolidX about who had the biggest liquidity. I do think SolidX is at least a couple $1 million ahead of that line if you add up all the LP pools. It was pretty fun to watch. And of course, the market cap there, early days on the market cap there, and the volume and holders, pretty awesome stuff. We're expecting some pretty big things for SolidX. So let's have a look at the chart. This is the chart right now on SolidX. And we're expecting some big things. Now, we know that we must be very close to hearing about the decentralized crypto casino. You guys know XGame is going to be the first one, right? It's going to be launching. It's going to be launching on the chain. It's going to be pretty exciting. And Brendan says too much alpha. I haven't said anything, man. I haven't said anything. We're just talking about keep a watch there. It's the play. So it's going to be pretty exciting, guys. And it's SolidX right now is looking pretty good. $12.50 right now. And if you want to find out more about this, jump in the Discord in the Strategy Club. Find out some more stuff around it in the Strategy Club. Links in the video description. Join up today. Then there's too much alpha there, Brennan. And of course, we've got XGame right now. XGame at the moment on the move. On the daily there, sitting at 00035. Really exciting with this one as well. Now, this is the first game in the decentralized casino. It's going to be called XGame. It's a crash game. We've already done videos of that. It's really smooth and really like AAA looking game. Got the cool animations, everything in that. Like people really get attracted to that. And of course, it's going to have a big 30% referral bonus. So the network effect's going to be huge. So we're expecting multi-chain network effect. We're expecting big marketing budget. We're expecting big games. It's going to be fun, and we're expecting much more down the roadmap that I can't really talk about. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Keep a lookout for this. It's going to be pretty cool. So this is all from FireWhale, of course, and FireWhale there out there working hard to bring real value, just like RackHam Rishel, to bring real value to the chain. So, on one hand, we've got RackHam Rishel doing coin ranking sites, potentially centralized exchange type things. And then, of course, we've got doing a lot of promotions out there as well, giveaways. And then, of course, we've got SolidX there bring on a different side, maybe less on that side and more on the game side, so GameFi, but moving probably into some DeFi as well. So that's kind of the play there, and we're excited about it. Now, you know that all the profits are going to come in and burn SolidX from multiple chains on PulseChain. So really what we call an omni-chain strategy, right? You only have one token supply, that's on PulseChain, but you earn revenue from all of these other chains, and they all come back onto PulseChain and burn that SolidX. That's kind of the idea. Pretty exciting. But I think SolidX is going to be a big ecosystem, guys, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I think we already know 3 more products coming down the line, so you're really banking. It's a whale strategy again, just like RackHam Rishel. He's teasing about that with the utilities and the use cases. now for Briah. Now we've got FireWhale here teasing with all these new products, and they're going to be pretty big, and an omni-chain strategy as well. So, we're seeing a lot of things opening up from other chains and other communities onto PulseChain. And really, I think we're going to, get a lot of attention to sucking into PulseChain, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see. And all these different avenues, RackHam, Rishel, FireWhale, and then, of course, we're going to talk about LibertySwap coming up as well, all leading back to PulseChain. It's pretty exciting, don't you think? So very excited about that. So this is kind of where we are right now with SolidX. We're going to keep a lookout for that. So some of the things that we've had from SolidX, of course, not too much, but here is some of the stuff we had on the price target. So we're going to go through this, right? So this was dropped a few days ago. It's a poll. It's still got 4 days left, and this was dropped on the 3rd of August. So about 2 days ago. And this is what SolidX. This is public information. SolidX price is now $11. Well, we can see at the moment after the pullback, because we got up to $16, and it's down at $12.50 now. And of course, when you wrote this, the price was around $11. He says our target is $1,000, guys. $1,000, 100x from here. Just take that in for a moment. This is what we call a whale strategy. Imagine it. Pretty exciting, right? We can see great things. Now, how high has the price gone when it launched? We know that in the first of 10, 11 days, the price was way high, right? So look back here when it launched. It was only several days later, and it really ratcheted up. So we're looking at the day there, and it went within how many days? It was just maybe 10 days, was it? Yeah, 10 days. And it got up to a high of $266, and that's without all the products launched. They weren't launched, and now we're at the doorstep. We're at the doorstep of the products about to be launched, and they've got to be very close indeed. We already had the Telegram bot, but we're waiting for that. Decentralized casino is going to be major move there. We're going to have SolidX staking. We're going to have burning rewards. It's going to be insane, and much more on the roadmap that I can't talk about. So it's going to be pretty exciting where this goes. So keep a look out of it. It's going to be pretty fun. But another whale strategy in the place there. Yeah, 100x from here. Do you think we will touch $1,000 before January 2027? This post might be revisited by then, says FireWhale. And then because we've got a poll there, it's still got 4 days left on it. Yes, I believe it. 30%. No way. Impossible. I don't say impossible to this at all. I say, man, you guys don't know what is going down. But this is going to be pretty incredible, guys. It's exciting. So, he's had 560,000 views on that. I think this has been paid promoted as well, given the engagement level. But man, it's great to see. So we've got cool stuff happening with this. It's exciting, guys, with the whales moving. So here we've got RackHam, Rishel, we got FireWhale, and they're doing some exciting stuff here as well. So it's pretty cool. As you can see, FireWhale, they're posting out a lot of the bullish things in the house there. And it's, just like RackHam, Rishel giving away giveaways, we've got SolidX doing giveaways. And something that you'll notice on PulseChain over the last few weeks, what have we noticed? We've seen a big wave of giveaways from a lot of teams. Not just the whales, but a lot of the teams are starting to do it too. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that, folks. Really going to be a lot of paying for it, and you're going to see a lot more of it from some of the publications and stuff like that the Kryptonite show is coming out with. So keep a lookout for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Brendan says, talking about 2 shows. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, fair enough. That's pretty cool. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to smash the follow button and on X, and don't forget to smash the subscribe button on YouTube. We're streaming to 3 YouTube channels. The Kryptonite show, of course, Superman Crypto. Big shout out to everybody over there. And, of course, PulseChain X, which is really blowing up. I don't know, the YouTube algorithms are pretty funny. But PulseChain X is really blowing up there, so big shout out to all new people there. And of course on X, big welcome. So definitely smash the likes. Now, if you guys want to join the Discord, links in the video descriptions on YouTube and on the profile there on X, and you can join Discord. Only $35 a month for the Strategy Club. Definitely get into there. We've got the big monthly report coming out today. Pretty awesome. You can get access to the top 10 index as well for the Kryptonite show, and much more. Obviously, regular strategy updates and chats as well. So it's a good place to talk to some really experienced people in there. We also have a crypto helpline as well, so you can get in on that too. So join up today. All right, so kind of cool. Let's jump into it. That is SolidX and looking pretty good. Lots of giveaways. We like that. But this thing's going to go on fire, guys. This thing's going to be so awesome. Really is going to be crazy. And you can see that a LibertySwap, you can actually buy SolidX direct now. Look at that. So you can bring in USDC, USD Tether, and you can buy SolidX as well on the list there. We can see the Axis Alive tokens have also got in there now. That's part of the SolidX. So SolidX itself is in the Axis Index, right? And the Axis Index is Axis Alive, one of the really top PulseChain influencers doing a lot of technical analysis. And of course, we've got FireWhale there as well. Sorry, Crispy Man. And of course, he does a lot of stuff with his Fire token. He does pretty much the analytical guru on Hex. So we really got some really, big fighting power in there. And of course, Note from Randy Alaska, one of the top PulseChain influencers as well. And really a BFF of FireWhale, really. And they're doing a great job. And of course, Randy Alaska has no permissions. It's his own sort of strategy investment club. It's a bit more than a strategy club, but of investment club as well. And they are really big, probably the biggest in PulseChain by country mile. So Randy Alaska crushing it out there doing that. So it's going pretty awesome. So that is for SolidX, and man, this thing's gonna be amazing, guys. So pretty exciting. So just think about where that price call was. So let's take away the RSI. Let's think about where that price call was of $1,000, and of course that would pull us up right up top here, right? So that would put us up at this level, and wouldn't that be amazing? So pretty exciting where we are right now. And that would take us right up there. I'm not sure what's happening with my ruler here, but let's take that up. And we're looking at some mad gains from here, 8,000%, guys. And of course, if a project was going to do it, I guess you got to back the FireWhale, right? One of the big whales on PulseChain. Very exciting indeed. All right, so that is SolidX, and of course, XGame should also get pulled up with all that too. And they got interesting tokenomics. I won't get too much into that, but if you want to get the strategy club, I can talk to you about all that alpha. That is really for strategy club stuff. So join up today. Links in the video description. Now that brings us into our third topic, right? And that is LibertySwap. Well, you know what? I think LibertySwap got to have someone backing it pretty big, right? Got to have someone backing it pretty big to get things going. And talking about that, we've got let's see what happens. Says PCock allows for free onboarding. It does indeed. We're going to talk about that. And we've got Brendan Husters as well. Everything to $1. That's right. Everything $1 there. So if you're on X at the moment, don't forget to repost. If you're on YouTube, share it around. And of course, don't forget to follow and subscribe. That's pretty much how it goes. We're going to rock it here. So we're up to 42 minutes on the hour. So we're probably going to, round this around about an hour. And so we've got another 18 minutes to go. And we're going to cover LibertySwap with that. But of course, PCock has launched and gone live. And they kind of, showed it on a picture early. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. We've got Cabal King in the house. He is loving the old PCock there. Rip disbelievers, he says. So we've got a lot of stuff happening there. LibertySwap says breathing new life. This is on the 4th here in the last day. Breathing new life into PulseChain, spreading joy through pump ties, uniting communities with purpose, lighting up lives with laughter. PCock is more than a token; it's a movement. So obviously, LibertySwap has blown up on the old X. It's now over 10,000 followers, 10,500 followers. And it's exciting to see. Now, what they do, of course, they offer a on-chain on-ramp, and basically they bridge all the liquidity over, and they can basically give you instant orders. And I think recently they moved up to 150K liquidity. We also saw Ramp Now doing that, right? Ramp Now was bringing over, I think, like $30,000 at a time, $33,000 at a time liquidity, and they were doing it several times a day to fund liquidity. It looks like LibertySwap doing something similar, and very exciting. So now they've launched this, or looks like they've launched this PCock meme coin on pump ties, and it's game on, right? It's here to stay. So really flagging that. So really exciting about that. Now, who's backing this LibertySwap? That's the question, right? Who's backing this? Well, do you guys recall a famous post here from Richard Hart? Do you remember that? So Richard Hart posted this out. He goes, thoughts on LibertySwap finance. How about that? He says this, and we need to do that. He said did that back on the 26th of May, and he had 250,000 views on that, guys. 250,000 views. So what do you think about that? Some interesting thoughts about that. And of course, we saw LibertySwap talking about the OA wallet, the O3 wallet. If you guys, you can go find that on fatty.io. Just look up whales and look up the OA, and you'll see, I think, number 4 to address along will be the O3 wallet. And what were they encouraging? They were encouraging people to send, if you send 55555 pulse and 369 pulse and 238 pulse, if you send those 3 lots, then Richard Hart might just, Richard Hart, let's say the OA might hear you, or Daddy, as they call it, Daddy, might hear you and pump the charts. And of course, we saw the charts pumping, right? The charts were pumping there, and lots of people were sending in all those tokens. If you go to the account, you'll see all that pulse rolling in there, which is, I think, was about maybe 30 cents, somewhere around that ballpark at the time. So there were lots of people. It was hilarious to look at. You go to the chain analysis, you see the 55555, the 369, the 238, and it's pretty fun. So go check that out. It's pretty hilarious there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we've had a lot of people in the community obviously covering it. Here we got Captain here. PCock on PulseChain is primed for liftoff, inspired by Richard Hart's legendary PCock twerk. This meme coin is set to dominate as the ultimate mascot token, volume pumping, community strong. So now we've got, these competing whales essentially. We've got the RackHam Rishel with the Briah. We got the SolidX, of course, well, not so much a meme coin, but more GameFi, but certainly backed by a whale. And now we've got PCock meme coin here from LibertySwap, and potentially banked by some big whale, right? Is the case there. Why do we say that? Well, they said, we're just doing it by the, by the skin of our teeth, and then suddenly they pop up with a yellow tick, right, which is like $10,000 or something. So they got to be backed by somebody, right? And they seem to have some connections to Daddy and so forth. So it's interesting, and hopefully we'll find it out one day, perhaps. Who knows? But pretty cool. We've got lots of cool things happening, and of course, everyone has to come around. We've seen teams, we've seen influencers and teams flocking in to this, LibertySwap mania, as we call it. And of course, they're accessing three stable coins coming over to PulseChain from up to 40 chains. That's the vision, and they're well on their way to that. And so this has caused a real mania here, as we're basically going from our SEC dark cloud era into our Richard Hart wins freedom and prosperity bull run era, right? That's kind of what we're flicking over since the 7th of July. Really, we're on the move. And of course, LibertySwap really ramping up at the right time, right place. And we saw some good action there. So you got all these influencers. Look at them all. RH Max there, Raging there. We've got MGC in the house. Everyone there flocking around the old LibertySwap there. Look at that. So many other influencers out there. Community influencers as well as, video influencers as well. So pretty crazy. Launch it, bond it, build it. We've got your back. We'll sponsor the gas fees and handle all the engineering. Come build on PulseChain. Make pump tires great. Make PulseChain wonderful. There we are. So really, they are cheerleaders as well. They're not just doing bridging. They are cheerleaders as well. And now they have their own token to represent them. So pretty game on here. We've got Brumania in the house as well. PulseChain has direct buy pressure. The trenches are getting wild. So all that pulse coming into the mix, right? So stable coins to pulse, and then pumping all these coins on PulseChain. Pretty exciting. So things are really on the move there. PCock to zero fees. Now, this is what someone was talking about earlier. Breaking news: PCock, of course, has no fees to get the purchase. Brennan says still on top of the table. Matt, or you're talking to Matt there? Sorry, my bad. Private conversation. I'll leave them to it. That's pretty much it. So kind of cool. That is it. Look at that chart there with the PCock. Someone drew that. That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. All right, so PCock right now is looking pretty strong too, like Briah. Looks pretty similar, doesn't it? And it's sitting at 3400th of a penny right now. So how about that? 3400th of a penny. And let's see what the market cap is right now on this token. So 2.9 million. So it's almost 3 times the value of Briah right now. And based on these, the price and the supply, that is Briah. And it's not up like 60% like Briah is, because obviously that had been around 2.8 days. It's been around for 3 days. An extra day, I think it is, on this one. But that is up and away. So pretty interesting. And that is the token there. So 2.9 million market cap, still pretty low. If you kind of think of this as a meme token, but actually replicating LibertySwap, the bridge, then and if they add utility to it, then we may see a lot of re-rate and valuation during the bull market coming up for PulseChain. That's probably the play there. So free Liberty shirt there as well. Free Liberty shirt. I'm surprised they don't have they got this Liberty Statue of Liberty person, but they only got PCock as well, which is Richard Hart there. So we're going to see where they go there. Maybe we should have expected Liberty Statue of Liberty meme coin on pump tires. Anyone got any thoughts on that? Anyone going to launch that? Let us know. Brennan says Pulse wrap Bitcoin to 100K. I wouldn't be surprised. Brennan. What's it, about $770 at the moment, I think. Look, all these people interacting with LibertySwap about PCock. Amazing. Now, you guys know we've also had a number of teams. Even if you look in the monster thread right now, there's a couple of teams that have already paired up liquidity to PCock. So that's pretty fast. Teams are moving pretty fast with the old liquidity here. We saw people do it with PDI, tying liquidity up. We saw it doing with Wrap Bitcoin, tying liquidity up. We saw it doing with some of the James Maria protocols, tying liquidity up as well. We've also seen removing liquidity, untying liquidity as well. So we've seen a bit of it on both. And now PCock seems to be a big play. Great news, of course. We've seen LibertySwap list a lot of different coins as well. Excuse me. So a lot of teams are, really fighting to get their tokens launched faster. The sooner the better. Climbing on the wave there, which has been pretty cool. LibertySwap says, I'm technically offended. I self-identify as a high-functioning utility bird token. And this is where we were trying to lead to, right, is the utility that there we go through. And here's the picture of that free to trade. So PCock there is free to trade on the LibertySwap. So let's climb up a little bit further here. And of course, Crypto Coffee's top hat there is also now listed. So everyone's getting excited. And of course, getting on early gets a lot of attention, I guess. Massive news, Top Hat there. LibertySwap now supports direct buys of Top Hat and buy using USDC from any chain. So there we go. Well, at least the chains they've got supported, right? Pretty cool. What else we got there? Let's jump through some of this. Let's scroll up here. Now, this is a very important post, this one here, and I wanted to get to this. This was only 13 hours ago. PCock is powering free and instant bridging to PulseChain. How about that? So if you want to pick up, you're getting free and instant bridging. Now, bridging is actually pretty cheap, to be honest, but it certainly adds a lot of flair to it. We've got everything covered for this little bird. And I want to point that out is that, look at this. This is where we get to the alpha post, right? This is the alpha post. And look at this one here. High functioning utility bird token PCock. So there we go. More to come and more to come. So not only does it have free fee, but it's going to have potentially more utility. That'd be really, really major move there. Isn't that crazy on that one? So cool. All right. So we're going to jump back out of there. And so how much utility will it be? Will it be anything like the scale? Of course, if you're controlling all these bridge flows, or at least influencing them, how much utility will that be? So that's going to be pretty interesting. Keep a lookout for the images. Obviously, the images often give us a little clue about where they're heading, and when they put little symbols in some of these images. So just keep a lookout for that. And we've got Solana chain on here, of course. PulseChain trenches, keep sending, keep building, keep shilling. We've got your back. Even the Solana folks will join the fun in time. So we know that they're looking to ramp up to 40 chains, guys. That means everybody's going to be able to come. And of course, these are all mutually beneficial, right? So if you've got RackHam and Rishel doing press releases, launching big DeFi platforms, bringing in new investors and capital, all that sort of stuff, and they need to come over to PulseChain easy, right? So now we've got, really awesome on-ramps like Ramp Now, like LibertySwap, things like this, PulseL, and there's many ways of getting over PulseChain, some bigger than others in terms of the amount of pipe, but really, really exciting. And if we want to get, we get 99% being able to bridge over with, say, 10 to 15K, that kind of fits most people in the 99% mark, but that top 1%, those big capitalists, the big people that are, big self-owned, then that's definitely, we need obviously bigger liquidity. And of course, that's where, when we're moving up to 150K, that's going to really help onboarding some of these big players. We know that Ramp Now also is going to be looking to move to 50K in terms of one-off purchases there on the limits. So that's going to be really, really exciting. So if someone wanted to come in with $1 million, for example, maybe buy Sun Minimal or Sword token, they can then do that in $50,000 lots, right? Maybe even have custom lots, right? If they get a custom deal with some of these on-ramps. So pretty exciting, because if they know how much capital they need, they can, potentially support that. Let's see, we've got a couple more comments in the chat here. Matt and Barley in there, I've got to jump through these. Brennan says, I'm buying a PRAT Bitcoin like a madman, says Brennan. Got my eyes on XGame 2, says Brennan. How about that? Got a bounce. We'll catch the replay, gang. Peace. Hey, cheers, Brennan. Thanks for some of your price calls there, price purchases. So yeah, pretty exciting. So really cool things happening there. We're going to scroll up a bit further here as we move forward. Lots of stuff poking around about PCock coin there. Pretty awesome. So yeah, many people interested in that. We even got PCock and Briah there from both RackHam and Rishel. So pretty amazing on that, in a different language too. I'm not sure what language that is, but maybe Eastern European or something. 10 hours ago, every stablecoin buying pump tires coin on our protocol creates direct buy pressure, and of course this is their trademark, right? On Pulse, leading to PulseX burn. It's a beautiful thing. Make the trenches great, make PulseChain thrive, make everyone happy, respect the trenches there. So there we go. There's Liberty Lady, as we say, and of course PCock there together. Pretty awesome. So yeah, pump tires. Show me the pump tires. So we got nice stuff there. Let me just scroll back up here first a little bit more. Here's the real Moon King on PulseChain, and it is Liberty Lady holding up the PCock. Prove me wrong with your chart and community. Enjoy. Now, this is interesting. So more tokenomics around their PCock. Cross-chain trading made simple. Pulse ETH PCock on PulseChain. Wrap PCock on the other side of the bridge. 0% cross-chain charge fee just adjusted today. So they're funding that themselves, and they just moved a big amount of Pulse over there to help with that. No plan for burning my PCock from outside or burning any PCock from outside. We only accumulate more, not less. The future of PCock is bright. So it looks like they're going to be accumulating more there. And pretty exciting. So let's just scroll back up here a bit further. Let's see what else there. Daily report. Now, this is pretty interesting. So $1.8 million for the first 4 days of August, which is pretty cool. We saw in July, when LibertySwap was ramping up their onboarding to PulseChain with the bridge, we saw about $8.5 million, and that's in the monster thread. You can see there. And now we're at $1.9 million in 4 days, guys. Isn't that crazy? Should we do a run rate on that? I think we should. So let's just run rate that. So let's just round it up at 1.9, and let's work out what that might be. So I'm just going to do a straight 30 days. That's 14.25 million. So that would be pretty amazing. So divided by last month, July, you're looking at minimum 2/3. So pretty much a 68% increase this month over July. And of course, we know that's probably going to go a bit more parabolic. So it could be pretty much higher than that. So pretty exciting. More money coming to PulseChain. How about that? Pretty epic. So a lot of cool things happening there. Swap alert, you can now teleport directly to PCock, so doing more coverage around the zero fees, but not in price. Help in there, so pretty cool. So pretty exciting. I thought I was going to sneeze there for a moment. The last thing you need to do on live stream, of course. 3 hours ago, we just transferred 40 million Pulse, so I should say, to our Paymaster wallet to sponsor gas fees for those swapping into PulseChain assets using USDC from other blockchains. So really good funding there. And of course, bam, there we go, $1,860 there to pay for the gas fees, I guess. Now, 3 hours ago, they said, we're seeing the core coins rise beautifully, following a strong upward trend since day one. Our protocol has experienced consistent positive inflows. While PulseChain may have its challenges, pumptized meme coins are certainly not one of them. They've been a bright spot from the start. So there we go, responding to people there in the community. And that's the cool thing about LibertySwap. They're often responding to a lot of people. If you obviously, they have a lot of people hit them up, but they do their best from the looks of it to respond to a lot of stuff. So pretty cool. So yeah, the repost influencers out there too, covering it. Now, this is in the last hour, so this is pretty recent from the team. And we can see here, LibertySwap says, we just hope people realize Mr. Hart didn't launch Pump Ties so guys could just sit around reading crypto news like Cointelegraph and judge. It's literally the only working engine right now to pump Pulse demand and torch PulseX into ashes. Without any community activity, Pulse inflates into oblivion. PulseX doesn't burn. No one's coming unless we send it. Now, you guys know, in my first live stream today, we talked about cryptographics and Unity coming to PulseChain. That is going to be a big PulseX burner. That's going to be really, really exciting. Potentially somewhere between 20-22x burning rate than the buy and burns percentage says on trade. So the more volume, the more it will burn. So yeah, we're getting this. It's going to be pretty exciting. So not only are we getting LibertySwap helping a lot there, but also we're going to have a Unity coming to town. That's on the 18th to the 20th of this month. So keep a lookout for that. We're already operating on Ethereum and Titanx with Taurus. The same thing is coming to PulseChain, and I think it's going to be even bigger in terms of adoption. So as exciting and successful as Taurus is, I really think we're going to see some magic happen with Unity on PulseChain. Of course, we've already got some other big protocols launching just in the days ahead of us, right? We're going to have Incinerator there, Incinerator, I should say, from Fast Abdul. That's going to be awesome, and of course, that's part of the Ink Dollar ecosystem with the Liquidity Fork, one of the top 10 liquidity forks in the planet. And of course, we're also going to be having the Better Bank, right, which is going to support PDI, but also going to be using PulseX and Pulse as collateral as well. And that's going to be a modified Aave fork. So that's coming from Nikki from the Better Bank. So we've got some really cool protocols launching this month. It's going to be amazing. In September, we're going to have some pretty. Actually, I think we're going to have Glow launch this month too. So the Nexian farm website, it's more like an ecosystem. Actually, Nexian, I should probably talk about it in ecosystem terms, but they have a farm on it right now. But they're going to be They've got just updated their website today for Glow, and it looks amazing. Should we bring it up? We're going to bring it up. We'll talk about that later, but that's really, really exciting. So that is in the play right now. So yeah, LibertySwap here on the move, guys. And look, Xavier here is one of our new big influencers, 500,000 followers almost, and he is really following things pretty excitingly too. So bring it on. They're from Xavier, another 500,000 follower influencer on PulseChain. Isn't that awesome? And big welcome to Xavier there. So yeah, pretty exciting. A lot of people exciting. That is pretty much the LibertySwap news over the last sort of 24 hours. And man, PCock coin there is done pretty well, isn't it? Just cooling off right now, maybe getting ready for that next move. There's a 4-hour chart here on PCock. So we've seen quite a few teams jump early to hook up liquidity with PCock. And of course, now it's fee free there on the old LibertySwap site there. Pretty awesome. And of course, Richard Hart, funny enough, he talked about it back on the 26th of May. And so let's see where that all leads, right? Who is backing the old LibertySwap, right? Question. All right, we've got a couple more comments in the chat here. Matt says, buy, Brennan, buy. yeah. I think I want more Fed, says Matt. I'm not sure. Is there a Fed coin? Is that? I'm not sure what you mean there. So let's jump into. Well, now, what was I going to talk? I was going to quickly talk about. What was I talking about? LibertySwap was a better bank. No. What was I going to talk about, guys? It was something. Matt says, "How about Super Token?" Well, I can't talk too much about something like that right now, but there's some things happening in the mist. What else? We got. What else? We got. I was just talking about. I was just talking about something. I just can't remember what it was. We're going to talk about that, but that's LibertySwap. So yeah, we've got RackHam, Rishel, we've got SolidX, FireWhale, and we've got someone backing this LibertySwap, and of course that's game on with meme coins and casinos there, I guess. So it's pretty exciting, and of course that's all going to be sitting on the back, of course, of the Magic Upride with the ETH Strategic Reserve, and we have seen some super exciting things happen, haven't we? This week, look at that. We got Bitmine immersion. I talked about this in today's live stream. $208,000 Ethereum, Ethereum purchased today, and of course the ETH machine another 10,600. It's game on, guys. Even GameSquare Holdings up 2,700, and now we've got Bitmine immersion sitting at 833,000 Ethereum. They are targeting 6 million, which is 5% of the Ethereum supply, and they've been talking about $15,000 Ethereum by the end of the year. Crazy, and $60,000 as a replacement value for Ethereum in terms of price. So that could be further down the cycle, the super cycle for Ethereum. Pretty exciting. So it's game on, all driven, of course, from the Genius Act and the fact that that's going to flood through trillions of dollars of stable coins there into crypto. And of course, that has money circulation and multiplier effects on the rest of the market. It's really a super cycle that we're going to experience here. Very exciting. And of course, Ethereum getting re-rated, all the second layer chains will benefit, and so will PulseChain. And of course, it's going to be super excited there. Obviously, we see the machines, all these different acquisition vehicles are all jumping into the list here, all relatively new and just coming in the last sort of 6 weeks. And this is just the beginning, I think. I think we're going to see them flood through. And of course, we've got a PulseChain sacrifice there early on the list there from Richard Hart. He's already moving around the pieces on the chessboard, so to speak. And he was nice and early there, and we're sitting at number 5. And of course, if we get to a $15,000 ETH by the end of the year, that's a 2.5 billion valuation for the PulseChain sacrifice. If we do get up to eventually that $60,000 ETH price as replacement value, that would be $10 billion, guys. $10 billion. Are you guys excited? Now, I think we've been sitting on DeFi Llama for PulseChain, somewhere about $350 million, I think it is, on TVL locked. And so imagine re-rating that dramatically on the back, even back on an implied asset valuation. Could be pretty amazing, right? Could be pretty amazing. So I just want to talk about that. Pretty exciting where we're going from here. All right, so how are we doing for time? We're up to an hour and 5. We've gone over time. That's the way it goes. Matt says, if I bot and make a coin, so can Suitman. Says Matt. That's true. PMG, where you been, Suitman Fed coin? I don't know. I'm lost. You lost me. And maybe send me a DM or something. Let me know. So pretty exciting. Now, we got some cool stuff. I said we got new projects coming. It's going to be pretty fun to see that. So keep a lookout for that. And I think we're going to have a quick look at some of those while we're here, just to wrap up. I'm not going a bit long, I know, but we're going to have a look at Betterbank, and that's coming up for PDI Arve. Now, PDI is kind of just consolidated, isn't it? I think it's sitting just above half a penny. maybe 5,300 of a penny. But Better Bank is getting very close. Look at this, 1 hour ago. One more sleep, then it begins. Better Bank. Your Pulse, your PDI, and your PulseX will get set to go to work. The Stronghold starts generating yield, and the Wildlands open for business. Tomorrow is day one. Are you ready? So keep a lookout for that. We are ready. I'll just go, we are ready. We are ready. All right, so that is pretty exciting. Let's put some fire emoji. You know, you guys know my favorite emoji is fire emoji. I don't know why, but it is. It's because it's bright. I think it's because it's bright. We are ready. All right, so that is kind of cool. That is one more day, and that is huge. A modified RV fork, of course, coming to PulseChain, and the PDI lovers, PDI are going to love that. So I don't know if the PDI chart, I think it's just sort of sideways, so that might hyper pump, right? So you might be getting a front run tip there on the old PDI. Now, no guarantees, but Better Bank's coming to help, push more demand on and potentially supply sync a lot of PDI in there. So pretty great to see that. We should, potentially see somewhere, I guess, between, I don't know, $500,000 and $3 million maybe in there. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I haven't really thought too much about it. That's just off the top of my head, but that'd be pretty interesting doing some basic modeling of that. Yeah, we've got there. What's the other one we got? We got Fiat, right? Fiat. Yeah, I haven't got Fiat on the list here, so we got Fiat though. Let me pull it up on another browser. There's an RV fork, right? Let me pull that up. Bam. There's an RV fork, right? So this one here, it takes PulseChain coins. And I think it's a V3 fork, right? Motivated RV fork for V3. And so, yeah, that is the one there, Fiat. And so let me look at the top there. Yeah, so that's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's not going to look quite like this, I don't think, but there's the website up already with a preview. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty big deal for this. Now, how much has Fiat actually got? It's got $8.6 million worth of assets actually in Fiat. This is from the PH Universe team. We haven't really talked much about this for some time, but they've got a lot of different things happening here. I just remembered the one I was going to talk about was Nexion, right? So Nexion's coming up with Glow, right? So Nexion is coming up with Glow. This is ecosystem. This is really under the radar kind of team. Now, we just saw Envy just launched on this from Radon. They just launched, they've sort of dominating the pools over there. But Nexion has just had a refresh on the website. This just happened, and it's pretty awesome. In fact, I don't know why it's disappeared, but it's maybe they pre-earlied it. It's gone back to the old one, so it's back to the old one now. But whatever I was looking at yesterday, it was on the up there. So yeah, Glow is about to launch. This Glow one here. I think they pulled it down. I don't know what happened there, but it is about to launch. I think it's not launched right now, but it's going to be coming up pretty fast. Now, one of the big things that we did see on Nexion was the launch of Envy. Envy, they're one of the Deadly Sins. They're from Crypto Bro and the team, and this was profiled in the monster thread, so you can check out all the details there. But that is now sitting on the old Nexion farm there. And start off with some pretty nice, tasty yields there for those that want to check out some high ROI profile farming there. So not too bad. Let's just keep going. Let's go have a look at Fast Abdul. I'm not sure how much he's been posting on this, but we're gonna have a quick check out. He has got obviously the launch of Incinerator, I think it's called. I haven't seen a lot on it since I'm not sure if I'm on the right site for it, but he's been definitely talking about some of that. Yeah, I don't see it much here, but he's been talking about that. So I think that's coming up pretty soon as well. I don't actually have the link on that right now. Pretty crazy. And of course, we talked about Unity. Unity is coming, and this is going to be mega huge for PulseChain. I really do think this is going to take off really, really well. And of course, the 18th to the 20th of August coming up, which is pretty awesome. Then we're going to get into, of course, September, and we're going to have a lot more other protocols launch, right? So I'm not covering them all, but On-Chain Bet, right, from On-Chain Bet's coming. Where's the heck to the link on that one? PulsePot, is it? PulsePot, maybe it's on the PulsePot site. We'll quickly check there to see if they got On-Chain Bet. Yeah, On-Chain Bet. That's the website. Let's have a quick look at it. But yeah, PulsePot is becoming part of On-Chain Bet, so it's being eaten up by On-Chain Bet. And of course, if you hold PulsePot, you've been able to get the OC tokens. That's what you're after there. This September. So that is phasing out. Now, people have been essentially burning in a conversion their PulsePot and their BNB pot tokens, which BNB on BNB chain. for the OC tokens on on-chain bet, and it's coming up September. So fingers crossed he's on time. Jacob's one of the best devs in the world, runs best teams, but timing has always been an issue. So we're looking forward to get hopefully that September mark gets it bang bang. And of course we may also have Mafia game launch at the same time. And here's my theory. Do you guys want to hear my theory on this? You want to hear my theory? Oh, let's talk about it. We're going to talk my theory. This is exclusive. I don't know if I've kind of alluded to it on the channel, but we're going to talk about it now because it's just fun to do it. What else there? We got Frank White says 3 a.m. Good night from the USA. Hey, good night, Frank. Hope you have had a great day. And we'll catch you again tomorrow. Frank White, of course, a legend out there. What's there? Matt says there can't be what in PulseChain on coins 238. Apparently, I say no, probably nothing. I don't know what you're saying, Matt. What you're saying? I can't understand any of that. All right, so let's go. All right, we got PulseBot. Of course, we're going to have on-chain bet. September is the due date, and of course, here is there. You can do token claims right now, so you can check out the website there. You can convert your tokens on the play there as well. And so far, looks like, whoa, how far they're up to? They're up to 42% has been converted so far. Now, people were celebrating because it was quite low at the beginning. And people were celebrating like, the lower the better, we're all going to do better. And I was just like, well, yeah, that might be good for you, but what about all the people that are going to lose their tokens? So they have added a post-conversion time, which I think is really, really good. You're going to get less tokens, but it's really good that they've done that. I think that was the right move to do. So I'm pretty happy about that myself as more of a good move. Not that it really matters, but there's the rich list right now on OC token. And of course, this we've talked about, FireWhale doing the XGame and the decentralized casino. It's going to be quite different. I think more visual. It's going to be omni-chain. It's going to be multi-chain. But on-chain is also going to be omni-chain. It's going to be more, I think, where we might get more visual games potentially on XGame. And of course, we may on the on-chain, we're going to get more, I think, high-end technology. So blockchain technology operating peer-to-peer. So we're going to see that. And we'll obviously see different games and things like that. So it's going to be pretty interesting. They're both going to be omni-chain, multi-chain. And we're going to see some pretty exciting stuff. Now, shall we talk about what I think is going to happen here? This is just my gut feeling. This would be the ideal. This would be, in my view, the ideal. It doesn't all have to happen at the same time. But we could see, Mafia. So let's go pick up that. This is all from Jacob, right? All from Jacob. And we could see Mafia here. So let's bring up PulseChain Mafia. So we could see on-chain bet launch in September. If it does do that, thumbs up, because timing, we'd love to get that right in the time of the bull market too, really ramping up there in September. Maybe we get interest rate cuts on the 17th. And then we got Pulse Mafia. They've changed the whole order book, right? So as you guys may know, they've changed the order book there, and they've really moved things around. So they've changed it, taken out all the extra stuff they're going to launch post-launch. And so they're going to get up to the launch of the game, which is basically the ability to kill each other in the game. And so they've got group crimes. They've got communications, so direct mail. So they've really cut this list. This list used to be a big list. They've pushed all that out later on. And then we've got vault requirements, which has essentially been hit on PulseChain. BNB, is well on its way, but probably not going to get there in time. I would just launch anyway. And then, of course, we may see some changes with some of the tokenomics here. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some changes in terms of the rewarding here. I think that would be much better for the game and sustainability if they do that. But there are other theories out there. I don't want to talk about them on live stream, but there's the place. And then, of course, we've got the official launch, right? Deployment of the contract there, which allows everybody to kill each other. So we're going to have potentially September, on-chain bet, and then Pulse Mafia could launch as well. Now that they're ramping things up, they know the bull market's really here. They don't want to be too late for it, right? Can't keep building and building and building. And so it looks like they've realized that. And we could see all of these are launched together in a pretty close window. I don't know what that would be, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe at the same time. Definitely doable there. This would be, I think, a huge success, a huge win for Jacob if he can launch these all together. Now, what's the theory? So the theory is, if he has the two clients, you got on-chain bet for decentralized crypto casinos, one of the two big decentralized crypto casinos on PulseChain, and that's omni-chain. It goes to the other chains. You also got the Pulse Mafia, which is going to be not on heaps of chains, but on 2 chains at least, the BNB and PulseChain, and of course set up for Sonic, I think, and Base Chain, I think, are the other two. I'm not sure if they're still on the list here. I think they're on this list here, so let's scroll right down the bottom. So Base Chain and Sonic Chain, and they're using CCIP technology to do that. And so, we could see those two clients launch, and then imagine this. You guys know what I'm about to say, right? You guys know what I'm about to say. we may see, potentially, let me bring it up, but we may potentially see, I think, the flagship protocol, right, which is PUSD ALGO, the stable coin on PulseChain, right? If they can get this up and running, now we know ETH value is going up, right? So as the ETH value goes up towards the end of the year, we could see this launch potentially, maybe not at the same time because it won't have the collateral value, but we could potentially see it launch, November, December. That's definitely doable as long as ETH keeps tracking up towards that 15K. What a time to launch. And then you launch potentially the world's first true decentralized stablecoin on PulseChain. And really, it's kind of like a bank on PulseChain, a crypto bank. And then imagine it's going to have a V3 DEX included into it. It's going to be connected also to PUSD, liquid lines as well. And so we could see that USDL stablecoin. And so we could see all this. You're going to be able to earn yield on it. It's basically going to be like a very clever bank. And you're going to be able to then integrate these together. So these two here, On-Chain Bet and Pulse Mafia, it's my theory here, could become part of clients essentially for PUSD ALGO. But you could bring in other different ways of into PUSD ALGO as well, which would be pretty awesome, including on-ramping, so an on-ramp to other chains. So you could have, not only we have LibertySwap out there, we have Ramp now, but we have another big player, and that's potentially a PUSD ALGO, right, with the CCP IP and bridging that sort of way, or on-chain liquidity. And we could see On-Chain Bet and Mafia for multi-chains running a lot of liquidity through PUSD ALGO. So let's see. Now, we know that he got a team together at the beginning of the year. They've been building out the final version, I guess, of PUSD ALGO. This is the big deal. This is basically Terra Luna, but done right. And so we could have massive scalability on here. Imagine that. What a beautiful ecosystem this would be. And, then people would say, wow, well done. Well done there to Jacob, of course. Arguably one of the world's best peer-to-peer devs in the world, right? So his team is spectacular. But timing is key. Timing is key. But I think with some of the early signs that we've seen, with the changes to the Mafia roadmap that we've seen here, and the cutting things out is a very smart move, with the deadline of September for On-Chain Bet. And, of course, with the PUSD ALGO building up the liquidity, potentially with the E3 rate, we can see the collateral raise up. And then potentially he could just add that into a full range V3 pools with multiple tokens. And, of course, compete. As you guys know, this could also compete with all the DEXs out there as well. So we could see that compete with some of these big ones. So let's pull those up. We could see it compete with 9mm and 9-inch. What a beautiful vision that would be. And it would truly become one of the juggernaut ecosystems on PulseChain. It could be pretty exciting. So we're looking forward to that potentiality. We'll see how it goes. But that is a beautiful layout of a vision. And maybe the vision, maybe that's close. Maybe it's some variation of that. Maybe there's some things I haven't even thought of that it's coming. But it could be pretty exciting there. So keep a lookout for that as well. And imagine PulseChain having its first decentralized stablecoin that is actually solving a real world problem in all of crypto, not just PulseChain. That'd be pretty magnificent. Now, I went back and looked at all the histories of stablecoins coming up into the new year, and I posted a big post on that, so it was pretty comprehensive. And of course, we really haven't got quite something yet like a true decentralized crypto stablecoin. And of course, now we know with the strategic ETH reserve, people are already funneling money into the Ethereum because of the Genius Act and the impact of trillions of dollars coming back in. So, and of course, they're being backed by the US treasuries and US dollar. And of course, that's been a big boom. All these big stock market corporates are coming in to front run that whole move. And of course, buy up all the supply and start staking, etc. They're playing the long game. That's only even more bullish, right? You've got that reinforcement. And then, of course, we could end up seeing the first true decentralized stablecoin, PUSD ALGO, on the market. And if he can bring all these three things, this one September, this one maybe September, October, or even this one November, December, even if he doesn't do it all at the same time, but he brings them all just one after another, this would be a beautiful thing. Even and then if he wants to do second wave stuff like further developments, he can bring that in like the second update, third update. That would be the way to go. But this could be a real juggernaut, and excited about where this might go. So that was a little bit of an extra there at the end of the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And of course, if you want to get in PUSD ALGO, links in the video description. You get a 90% referral on that straight away. Just be a bit of patient with the time frame there. So yeah, fun times ahead, folks. Fun times ahead, and we're going to see where we go from here. I think I'm going to look at one more thing before we leave, and that is the PulseChain price. Right, let's have a quick look at Pulse. We're sitting around 4,500 right now, and let's bring that chart in just as we go, just see where we are on this chart. So let's go to the weekly chart, shall we? Just to give us actually, we'll keep on the daily actually. So this is the weekly chart here. Now look at this. We're inevitably breaking through this long-term resistance, right? This orange line that's kept us down, right? We've come out of the SEC era. So let's go to the weekly just so you can see that view. And this is the chart here. So we've come out. First, we had what I call the Genesis era, right? So this is the 13th of May through to the 31st of July. So it was a very short-lived, exciting times on PulseChain for those that remember. We had the AMM bot, of course, in the first couple of days and all that ratio trading. It was fun times. You guys remember? And then we had tons of protocols launching. We had to wait a couple of months actually, but we had on the back end of this, we had protocols launching, and then the SEC came along, and of course, all based on some one PulseChain guy in New York apparently was pretty upset. So that's kind of where they play. And of course, we got the SEC came down. And we had this recovery here. We had a recovery all the way back, and we were back down again. And we just got stuck in this downtrend here with the SEC dark cloud, right? So down we came. But of course, since July the 7th, we were truly free. We finally won there. Richard Hart won with his super lawyers, and now we are really trying to break free. And it looks almost inevitable now. And this is what I want to talk about. I'm going to bring out the hex chart too. Well, heck, damn it, we're just going to go and talk about a lot of cool stuff. So at the moment, we can see we got the moving averages on here. So we've got the 9-day, that's that pink line there. It is starting to move up. And we can see on the RSI, we've got plenty of room on the weekly. We're only down at 57. But let's have a cool view on this. We have just crossed the 21-day moving average, right? So on the weekly. So that's a bullish sign. So we've got the short-term crossing over. That's all heading up. And they're all heading up here. So if we get more and more crosses, right? So the 21 crossing over the 34, that's in the purple. And then, of course, we've got the 50 in the yellow there as well, of course. And we get all these crossing up. It's really looking good for pushing out here. Once we're free, once we're truly free. Now, we almost got over there. And, of course, we got excited about that the other day. But, of course, the RSI was just way too hot, right? It was just way too hot on the daily. We had plenty of room on the weekly, but the daily was just way too hot. But, yeah, I think we're really about to move out of here. And it looks almost inevitable now, right? And just time itself going to push us out here, unless we got pushed down. But really, moving averages moving up there quite nicely. Now, looking at the day to get some sort of affirmation of that, let's pull up the RSI. We have cooled off. We were overheated, right? So we had to have a pullback there. And we came back down and we've retested, pretty much the 59 range. We've kind of been here for a little bit. So we're just cooling off there. But on the daily, we can see that we've still got some bullish moves happening here. We've got obviously had a bullish cross here back here with the 9 over 34 days. That's the purple line, the pink line over the purple line. But we've also had crossings over the 50-day, right? So the yellow line, we just had the about a week ago or so, we had the 34-day. Crossing over the 50-day, really moving, really, really exciting. But look what's coming up on the daily. We've got the 50-day coming up on the 200-day moving average for the average there. That's a golden cross, guys. So really feeling really good about this. We did have a pullback, so we got all the way up to 5,400 on Pulse, came back up. Of course, the cup and handle played out. Of course, Nick Hellman from Crypto Paradise done some great coverage on that. And then we came all the way back to 4,000. Now, you guys know, I mean, we're, on a really best occasion, we were looking at 43 to 4,400. But of course, we came back down and we basically tested that 4,000 mark, which is kind of that psychological level 4,000. And also, funny enough, the 21-day moving average, a very powerful average, 3-week average there, has come up to that 4,000 mark, giving us, I guess, 2 lines of support there, which is pretty cool. So at the moment, of course, we've managed to rebound. This is very bullish. We are looking very good here, and that's really exciting to see. So let's go on the 4-hourly here on the old PulseChain. And we're coming off, we're into Tuesday, into the midweek, and we had a good stock market day yesterday. We're coming down to 50. We're retesting at 50, a really good location as well on the 4-hourly, just nice and cooled off. So we're looking pretty good here. And the moving average is still looking pretty solid, and especially the 9-day is pretty much over all the other averages right now. Giving good solid support. So we're looking pretty damn good, I think, here on PulseChain. Now I want to quickly talk about Hex on the daily. We've got some pretty exciting stuff happening here for Hex as well. So let's pull that up too. There's Hex on the daily. Oh, there's actually a weekly chart, I should say. But look, we've got some pretty exciting stuff here as well. We've got on the weekly, we've got the 9-day coming up to the 34-day in the purple, and we're again coming up for a bullish cross there. So that's really cool. And of course, with Hex, we're already breaking out of this downtrend. We're already above it. So Hex is already technically broken out of that downtrend, and so now we're on the way up. Now, we do have a ceiling, right? The ceiling is up here at 3 cents. So we've got to break through that. That's true. We do have to do that. But at the moment, we're looking really good in the RSI on the weekly as that 56. So it's looking good. Let's look on the shorter time frames to see how we're going. RSI had to cool off. We're coming down to 62. But we're getting some bullish crosses here as well. We already saw that the 9-day had crossed back here on the 19th of July, up and away there. And the bullish thing is we're above that previous resistance, that long-term resistance, and we are now in free land there, and of course exciting times. We also saw the 34-day above the 50-day bullish, and now we've just seen, look at this, guys, just seen the 34-day above the 200-day moving average just today, yesterday actually, just happening right now. Isn't that cool? And of course crossing over to that long-term resistance as well. And of course we've got the 50-day in yellow moving up, and look what we've got happening, guys. Golden cross is about to come up, and we're looking really good. We've got the RSI just cooling off a bit more, I guess, and then bam, bam. We could just kind of move sideways here, just sort of slip down a little bit, and then on to the move. But we had a nice little bounce back here from 9600th of a penny after reaching that nice little high back here on the 30th of 1.44 cents. So really, I think so, really looking good here. Maybe a nice little pullback here to 55 or something, and that golden cross is coming up, and we're above the long-term resistance. PHEX is looking like a boss. I think that looks pretty exciting. Let me know in the chat what you guys think, but it's looking pretty good. Let's go to 4 hourly, see if we get even more confirmation there. And yeah, we've got all these bullish crosses back here, and yeah, we're above the 50-day moving average, and we've just had this bullish cross here on the 9-day over the 34-day, and the RSI nice and chill at 50. Everything is looking really, really nice here, and of course, as long as we get general market sentiment there, we're looking pretty good at old Hex. So it's really just a matter of time. We've got about 2.5 weeks to go, right, for the marketing to really hit the land. So yeah, we're going to be pretty excited about that. That all those electronic devices about to hit the land, and it's going to be pretty bullish from here. All right, so that's pretty much where we are right now on Hex, which is pretty cool. And of course, let's have a quick look at PulseX. I don't know, we've got a couple minutes left. I've just gone way over time. I was going to do an hour, and here we are, almost an hour and a half. But that's PulseChain for you. It sucks you in. It sucks you in. No, in a good way. In a good way. All right, so we got the old PulseX, but I just want to look at the ratio. We obviously got to beat that downtrend. You can see that, but I want to check out the ratio to Pulse, and we are really looking good there at 0.79. Now, we talked about this, right? So we've got Better Bank coming. It's going to be helping PDI, obviously, but it's also going to be helping PulseX, be a supply sync, more demand, and that's coming up, of course, in the next 24 hours or so. That's going to be pretty exciting to see. If that's, even if it gets a couple $1 million, that'd be great. And then, of course, on the 16th, 20th, we've got Unity coming, and I think that's going to be massive, potentially 20x times burning rate, and of course, times the volume. Could see some mega stuff happening there for PulseX mid-August. So we've got so much cool stuff happening. I mean, we covered all the whales, what they're doing, the top whales, at least the public whales. And we've got all these things happening with these new protocols coming onto PulseChain. Get excited, guys. It's getting awesome. And of course, Richard Hart there, 2.5 weeks away for that marketing. And we've got all these on-ramps coming to PulseChain, ramping up as well, liquidity, limits, etc. 40 chains and more. It's going to be game on. Yeah, pretty exciting. Got excited. All right, so if you guys enjoyed that, hope you did. Smash the follow button, hit the like, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to join Strategy Club. Links in the video description. Got the monthly report coming out tonight, so check that out too. Only $35 a month, so fantastic value there, and get in part of the action. If you want to just become a community member in the Discord, that's only $12.50 a month. Get access to all our info there, as well as the only crypto helpline as well. So we help a lot of people over the years. And a big shout out to all our moderators in the chat that have helped with that, and community members. Been pretty awesome. So I'm thinking of people like Brian and Brennan and Wookie and many others there. It's been pretty amazing. So Anita, Sandy Beach, they're all in there. So good times. All right, hope you enjoyed it. 1 hour and a half. Peace out, everybody. And yeah, it's going to be another day on the office tomorrow. We're going to do another live stream, and looking forward to it. All right, take care. Bye for now.